Hello and welcome. Thanks for watching the St. Joseph Center Auxiliary installation video. Typically we have an installation brunch and ceremony, but both in 2021 and in 2022 we're coming to you via video with the chance to just sort of mark the life of the auxiliary, transitioning from one year to the next. It's so important for us as an organization to pause every so often and to look back at what has happened and to look forward. And as we do that, we're always filled with so much gratitude to the members of the auxiliary, all 600 plus of you, as well as the officers of the board, the directors, and of course those who serve as presidents. This year we're especially grateful to Kathleen Timlin and Maria Lawler for all that they did to really guide the auxiliary throughout the year of 2021. We're very appreciative to have you view this video and so grateful for all the things that you've done in the past year to stay faithful to St. Joseph Center, to serve our mission, and to support the people that we have the privilege to know. So, although we're not gathering, we do have a sense as we prepare this video of all the faces who are so deeply connected to us, so many throughout the years, generations of people who care about St. Joseph Center. And around that mission, around the mission of St. Joe's, we all sort of have gathered and formed deep friendships. So we're very happy to be together in this different format. So as we begin all of our events, we ask for God's blessing. So I'm just going to pause now and be mindful, and as I pray, I'll be praying for each of you and for your families and asking God's blessing upon the year 2021. Loving and gracious God, we give you thanks for all the blessings which we know through the ministry of St. Joseph Center. In a special way, we give thanks for the auxiliary who invite so many others to come and learn more about our special ministry. And through their caring and their concern, we are able to continue to bring compassionate and loving care to so many people. Bless each one of us who supports the ministry of St. Joseph Center. Fill us with your hope and your courage to go forward into the year of 2022, ever mindful of your presence in our lives and ever grateful for the love that we share. And for this and for all the concerns we have for ourselves and for our friends and family, loving God, we trust them to you as we pray. Amen. At this time, I would like to introduce our co-presidents for 2021, Maria Lawler and Kathleen Timlin, who also, like me, will share some words of gratitude and talk a little bit about the year that has passed.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Timlin. And I'm Maria Lawler, and we were your 2021 co-presidents for the auxiliary. I want to start by saying thank you to Sister Mary Alice and to Katie for everything they've done for us over the past year, all their support. I want to thank our auxiliary board and our entire auxiliary for all their hard work and dedication. We surely wouldn't have been as successful in 2021 without them.
For 2022, we are thrilled to be joining Mary Lou Grogan as the president of the Auxiliary Board. We look forward to working with her, and we think we can do great things with the board and the auxiliary. We're not sure what this year is going to bring, but we know it will be successful. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Mary Lou Grogan, one of the incoming 2022 presidents who we are very much looking forward to working with.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Grogan, and I'm one of the incoming presidents of the St. Joseph Center Auxiliary Board for 2022. And I can tell you how humbled I am for this honor, and I so look forward to working with Kathleen and Maria and all of the auxiliary and the board members to make 2022 a success. You know, like everyone else who lives in northeastern Pennsylvania, I've been in awe of the work at St. Joseph Center in its mission and its outreach in the community. The auxiliary has done a tremendous job, And I am very humbled, as I said, to follow in the legacy of so many tremendous presidents that have served before me. Kathleen and Maria last year, along with the auxiliary, the board, along with the support of Sister Mary Alice and Katie and those that work at St. Joe's, did a tremendous job in adapting to the pandemic and taking all of our fundraising efforts into different venues and adapting them in a time of great challenge. I'm looking forward to this year with hope in my heart that we can resume so many of the activities that we love to do out in the community. But I know with the help of the board, the staff at St. Joe's, that we'll be able to be successful, whether our events this year are in person or virtual this year. So thank you again for the opportunity to serve. I look forward to it.
I would like to introduce our 2022 Auxiliary Board officers. Our 2023 co-presidents-elect, Robbie Timlin and Lindsay Evans, Recording Secretary, Michelle Druther, Corresponding Secretary, Ann Hinton, and our treasurers, Judy Malstead and Suzanne Fletcher.
Our 2022 Auxiliary Board: Mary Ellen Barrett, Linda Breslin, Denise Chrisman, Judy Comerford, Bob Connors, Leslie Corby, Marla Farrell, Teresa Gilhooly, Cindy Hoban, and Danelle Hogan.
Katie James, Suzanne McGrath, Maggie McGregor, Maggie Mehall, Marianne Morgan, Mary Lynn Obel, Maury Olivetti, Sharon Pompey, Sister Mary Reap, IHM, and Annette Rose.
I'm so glad that you had a chance to hear from Maria and Kathleen and Mary Lou. On behalf of the Auxiliary Board, they were able to really talk about all that was accomplished. I'd like to do the same thing, and I apologize if it feels redundant, but you know, so much happens in the life of the Auxiliary from one year to the next that I think it's worth recalling these events. So many of you have helped as volunteers behind the scenes in soliciting donations, coordinating donations, that I just want to talk a little bit. Of course, last year we did have a virtual and online installation event, as we're doing this year, a chance to introduce the new board. And then we ran right into a winter online basket raffle, which we are going to do again in 2022. So that's a fun thing. It was very successful, thanks to everybody who donated and took tickets. We had a very successful sidewalk sale held in May of 2021, and we're going to do the same in May of 2022. I need to recognize Jeannie Kreis and her committee. I don't know if they're always a committee as much as a gang, but they are a committee that meets a group of volunteers who meets in the warehouse and organizes items, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So we're so grateful to them for their attention to all of that product that comes in and goes out and raises a lot of money for St. Joseph Center. In this past year, they also took a number of items and brought them to the virtual world of sales. They went high tech, and so we had things on Facebook Marketplace, we had things on eBay, and other ways that things were sold for their value, many times a better value than we might get at a sidewalk sale. So kudos to them for being creative and for pursuing different ways of selling items that are donated to us. It was a great success. We had a wonderful golf tournament last June, and we expect the same for this June at Lakeland Golf Club. We had 3 tee times. We had a lot of fun, and we're grateful to those who chaired it and many who donated to it as well. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have the traditional summer festival in 2021, but we made a real success. I think one of the things that was challenging, especially challenging about this year, was how do we sort of live up to the success of 2020, which was unanticipated success because we were responding to COVID and everyone did so very well. I think the Summer Fest of this year was equally successful. We had the chicken dinner. We had the Go Joe bike ride, his 24th, Joe Snedeker's 24th bike ride, and the Go Joe ride along. Both grew in success, really. Joe rode locally each day, and so the local viewers were able to support him, and we were able to receive many donations during that week. The ride-along events also grew in popularity, so we had more of them and better attended events, and really helped build collaboration with some new groups. So we expect the Go Joe ride-along to grow even more in 2022. And of course, the WNEP telethon. I think one of the greatest surprises of 2021 was certainly being contacted by Bill Chatlis, who intended to donate and match the funds that were raised through the Go Joe bike ride and the WNEP telethon. So as you know, an additional gift of $315,000 was raised. And it's attributed to the auxiliary because it's all of these relationships, the high profile that St. Joseph's has because of the work of the auxiliary year-round, and certainly WNEP. So we're grateful to Mr. Chatlis and to all of those who made that donation possible. It was a matching gift, so because of your donations, whether it's $5 or $500, it resulted in an additional gift of $315,000. So that's great stuff for St. Joe's. In addition, we had the online Tricky Trays, another wonderful year. This past year, we lost our good friend Mary Carol Canton, who will always be remembered as the basket lady. So many summer festivals that she spent there. So we're very grateful that the tradition continued with the online basket raffle this year. I also want to give credit to the publicity committee of the auxiliary. Throughout the year, they work collaboratively with Joanne Verduce and Megan Stevens, and so many to support and announce all the good things that are happening. Because we have such a busy auxiliary, there's really a message going out to the community at all times. So thank you to all of them. We planned a night at the races, and credit is deserved to those who worked on it. We looked at a number of different settings, finally thought we had the perfect night, the perfect setting, and began to work toward it. And then we realized it wouldn't be done safely. And obviously we care too much about all of you and our many benefactors and the community that we didn't want to take any unnecessary risks. And so we postponed that. We don't have plans yet for 2022, so stay tuned. Our creative auxiliary team is always considering what's the best thing to do, what's the best way to do that. We had a very successful Diaper Need Awareness Week that included a brand new event, which was a happy hour that raised many dollars and lots of good things. Filled a van, literally every inch of a very large van, with items that helped replenish our pantry. So we're grateful to those who organized that as well. We finally took a breath after the summer festival and then began the plans for the annual Dennis Cafferty Memorial Auction. It would have been the 21st year, and once again moved that to an online platform. It was tremendously successful, thanks to all of you, our local business community throughout the year, really the spring into the fall. We had different shop-around events, and they were so well attended and so well supported, and we're just grateful to all those who hosted events and who made contributions and then gave us items that could be used in the auction. The auction had, once again, hundreds of participants, many who were bidding and bidding aggressively right up to the final minute, and that created a lot of fun and of course generated a lot of income for St. Joseph's. And the wish component of the auction continues to grow, and I'm so happy when I am aware that these items have been purchased and are being put into use. And so the locations where our clients and residents receive services just continue to be improved, and that's thanks to all of you. So there's lots of things that happen in between these events, but certainly the events help us to mark the year of the auxiliary. So hopefully they sounded familiar to you as I was reviewing them, and you were able to smile along, remembering not only the hard work and the many meetings, but also the support, the strong relationships, the friendships, and the sense of accomplishment that comes with all of them. So thanks to all of you, the auxiliary, our many supporters, and the local community for caring about the auxiliary's events. As I summarize the year of 2021 and look forward to 2022, I want to be sure to thank in a very special way Maria Lawler and Kathleen Timlin, who served as co-presidents during 2021. The year was filled with many challenges, some uncertainties, but even as we might recall those, we also can recall all of the things that are constant as part of the auxiliary, and that would be true dedication, creativity, friendship. Over the years, I've been struck with how many people will say, you know, I became so-and-so's a friend through the auxiliary, and we keep our friendship to this day. So we're very grateful for that. We spend a lot of time together. We share lots of laughs. I know we share support for one another when we have things of great concern for ourselves and for our families. And so there is this strong bond. The auxiliary also has benefited over the years since its beginning in 1888 from a very generous community. No matter the amount someone's donating, people are always asking how they could support St. Joseph Center Auxiliary. And I have the privilege really to see how everything you give supports our residents and clients, whether it's starting new programs, replacing furniture or therapeutic equipment, or just adding joy to the lives of the people we support. Because of you, we are able to plan creatively, to plan proactively, to face the challenges of this pandemic with a lot of confidence and hope. So I do want to convey my sincere gratitude to Maria and Kathleen for being the leaders of the auxiliary during this past year. I also am looking forward to working with Mary Lou Grogan and once again Kathleen and Maria, who are going to stay on as the presidents. So they will be 3 presidents. They have lots of nicknames. I like to think of them now as the Holy Trinity of the auxiliary. So each of them brings experience, brings their dedication, and brings their knowledge of what can be accomplished when so many good people work together. And so we really look forward to 2022. There continues to be some uncertainty, but we'll plan as we always do with confidence that God will bless our endeavors and all of you will support them. So thank you so very much for tuning in to watch this video. The video will conclude with a slideshow of images from the past year that Megan Stevens prepared throughout the year, really. It's compiled now, but it's been prepared throughout the year. We'll be able to remember all the times we spent together. So thank you all. I look forward to seeing you in the year 2022 and celebrating all that's good and possible through the St. Joseph Center Auxiliary. Thank you.